Welcome to Nerd of the Noob, episode 30. Holy crap, we're still doing this.
Ah! 30.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nerd of the Noob, episode 30. Like
My
I said,
name
just
is
a second
Greg.
ago.
I'm the nerd.
I am Mingo, or Michael. Sorry, I forget. My personalities change. I am Michael. I am the noob.
And we have another guest this week.
I'm Les. I am the producer.
He's the one that's in the chat. If you're in the live chat every week, he's the one that's the producer. And so, yeah, I'll have to be manually putting all the links in because
You have to work this week.
I have to work this week instead of doing the fun
vacation.
stuff. So, good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything fun?
We played cards until 2.
I got lost. I
And
lost
Michael
again.
lost again.
I continually lose at these stupid card games. I'm
How
not
many
playing.
is that in a row?
I'm not playing card games with you guys
4?
anymore. I'm not playing card games with you guys anymore. Let's see. So what did I do? Oh, I started listening to Comic Geek Speak.
Yeah.
Good show.
Finally taking my advice to listen to
Good
podcasts.
show. They talk about a lot more comics than we do.
Yeah.
Lot
Most of those guys have been reading
more.
comics for 20 and 30 years. And they
That's-
read way more than we do.
That's a little craziness. So, and this one's been up at my house all weekend. Les has been, and we went out to a place called Bricks the other night. That was really, really good.
Martin's was better.
And then we went way down, and went to a barbecue place called Martin's, and that was phantasmic. That was amazing. It was amazing, dude.
That's how good it was. It's a new word.
It's a new word. It was fantastic.
My favorite new word is
Tasmic.
still from Boy Meets World years ago. Agubwa.
Agubwa. And for those of you that are watching this live, or if you're new to the show, we do this show live on Sundays, usually at 8 o'clock.
We're doing it live early this week
So
for
that-
the producer.
So that since he's up here, we decided to let him go ahead and be in it, so he didn't also have to get home at midnight tonight.
I can die a happy man now.
So he's been on the show.
He's on the internet now.
He's on the internet.
It'll last forever.
So, that all being said, if you are new, welcome. If you're not new,
Welcome back.
welcome back. Also, be sure if you want to contact us in any way, don't forget to go sign up for the Facebook page and the Twitters and the emails and send us all your links because
We'll
those
throw
two
all
take
those
care
out
of all
later.
that. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Thank you. The UK people are apparently appreciating the fact that we're doing this early. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to move into the long box, and one of these days we're going to get a bumper.
Nope. I'm not talking about this one.
First thing in the long box.
I'm not unhappy.
First thing in the long box is Dave Baustista to star as Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thumbs up from this big guy.
So, for those of you that don't know,
He sucks.
Dave Bautista is, or was a wrestler with the WWE. Now, while he's not an unhandsome man, I mean, you know,
He's ripped.
He's ripped.
He's an MMA star.
He is. Here's my problem. Except for a few people,
Wrestlers can't act. That's why they wrestle.
Except for a few of these guys, they never work out in the movies, in my opinion. Never.
Nope.
Are you saying no, not agreeing?
I'm not agreeing with you.
Okay, well, he's saying nope, but shaking his head no, and you're saying nope, as in you don't agree with me. So you
You gotta
gotta
be on the fence on this one.
I'm not on the fence on this one.
2 against 1.
However, I did go on IMDb and we looked up top 10 wrestlers turned actors in movies because they're already actors. Now, the number one is obvious. Everybody knows this guy. He keeps making worse and worse movies. To me, he's kind of like a valley or a hill. He started out like on these crappy movies.
Yeah.
And then he started doing really, really good movies.
And
now he's in fantastic.
Wait. He was up here. He was doing really good. And then he did the Tooth Fairy.
And he did the Tooth Fairy. And then he's. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I like him, and I like the Fast and Furious movies. But his character in that is so overplayed. It just starts bringing him down.
Could be a G.I. Joe.
So
We need a man with muscle who's grizzled and super big. Call Dwayne Johnson.
So, number 2 on that list is Steve Austin, who has been in a couple of movies. I actually liked him in The Longest Yard. He's also apparently going to be in Grown Ups 2, which I just found out was a thing.
I'm guessing him and
so behind.
and
I knew all the
Adam
words.
Sandler is. I guess they're friends.
Why do you say that?
Well, that's The Longest Yard.
That's a
Oh,
Sandler
that's
thing.
true, yeah. So apparently he's been in a couple, like the one that he was in, like his movie. Which one was it?
The
The Condemned?
The Condemned.
Didn't even watch it.
It's a very good movie.
I didn't even watch
It's
it.
The Hunger Games for adults.
Didn't really
he
care.
He had a normal part in The Expendables.
He was a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Muscle.
Wow, you
Sorry.
stopped.
Sorry, I was reading our chat. Somebody in the chat said, so The Rock has plummeted? He's a rock. He's heavy. He falls. Next one on the list, number 3, is Hulk Hogan.
Basically the 80s.
Yeah, he hasn't acted in anything since, what, maybe the 90s?
His last movie, I believe, would be Mr. Nanny.
Let's see what it shows him for. Oh, no, he's apparently in Scum
Go
Rocks.
to real movies.
Okay, real movies. Saints Row the Third, that's video game. He was a voice in Romeo and Juliet.
No, keep going down. It doesn't
Wrestling.
count.
Wrestling.
More
Wrestling.
Ooh, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muppets
Muppets from
TV
Space.
series.
Let's see.
Muppets from Space. No, we need something where he was
Oh,
not
here
himself.
you go.
Three Ninjas.
1998. 3 Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain. And
We
I
love those movies, and that one
That
is
one was not.
horrible.
That was not a good movie.
So Mr. Nanny was not his last movie.
No, and we're just not going to discuss him anymore because that's sad. Roddy Piper.
As wrestling fans for years and years, we know who that is.
Roddy Piper.
But yeah, no.
Oh, he's doing something now.
Has he been in anything?
Scroll down. He was in a lot of stuff in the 80s and 90s.
The biggest movie from him was They Live, which was a John Carpenter movie.
Oh, okay. See,
They had that emphasis fight.
oh,
that
he was in
South Park
Highlander.
TV series.
Yeah, I know.
Anthony Gallion.
Cool. All right. Well, no, that's not what
But now
I.
you're getting down to the list. John Cena.
Next
he's
up
had-
is the current, I guess you'd say, the best talker in wrestling.
he's this generation's Hulk Hogan.
Okay, I'll give you that. Apparently, the last thing, No Way Out. That was a good movie, wasn't it?
Oh, that was.
That was a TV movie.
Yeah. His last movie was that wrestling movie. That
TV movie, TV series,
Legendary.
TV
Legendary.
movie.
That's the one I was talking about, where he's the older brother helping coach his little brother in high school wrestling. Not actually a bad movie.
Danny Glover's in it. It's okay.
He was in Psych. I actually remember those episodes. Those were pretty
yeah,
funny.
he was funny.
And I watched
Marine.
The Marine and 12 Rounds. I actually liked both of those, so I'll give him credit on those.
Marine was good. Better than 12 rounds.
Paul Wright, otherwise known as The Big Show. He was apparently in The Waterboy.
Going down is Ken Anderson.
Otherwise known as Mr.
Kennedy. Yeah, he's only done a couple of things. Batista,
Has already been in a movie.
the man with the iron fist. That actually featured a lot of people. It had Russell Crowe. Click on it. I know it had a few other people that were
Just a couple? Oh, you mean the new movie?
This is new.
Oh.
It had Russell Crowe, Lucy Liu, Jamie Chung. There was a few others.
Lots of
I thought I knew.
Chinese and Asian people. Chinese and Asian people.
I saw
Wow.
a trailer for this. I didn't want to see it.
This for me, that's gonna be a rent. That's just gonna be a rent. Like I'm not
And
gonna.
Jesse Ventura, he was a big 80s and 90s guy.
Andre the Giant, the
And
Princess Bride.
The only one that counts is the Princess Bride, Andre the Giant.
That was a great
He had
movie.
a speaking problem. He didn't understand half the words he said.
You didn't
Great-
have to. He
great
was an
movie.
awesome person.
He
That
was.
was a fantastic movie.
There's not a wrestler out there who didn't like him.
So, in other words, okay, so now that we've
Bringing
got
it back
that out of the way,
around.
back to Drax the Destroyer. Now, you're telling us that Drax
Is part of the team. I'm fairly certain he is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't believe he's a bad guy.
let's see.
There, the site describes the character as a human resurrected as a green warrior with the sole purpose of killing Thanos, who is the villain seen in the final scene of Avengers. His powers include flight, super strength, and energy blasts. No.
He's the biggest guy. He's bigger than Jason
Momoa.
Conan. He's bigger than him. Neither one
I
of them
don't
can
care
act.
if he's bigger, though.
Neither one of them can act.
Momoa
so heads up,
acted
I take
fine
him
in
over.
Atlantis.
I think he's better for the role.
No.
Honestly, I'd have to watch some of his acting to see what it's like, because here's the thing. Wrestling actors isn't what it used to be 20 years ago. Okay? We all knew wrestling was fake 20 years ago. We still know it's fake now, but the acting is forced bad. Like, it's not just bad, it's forced bad. And so I'm like, I will hold my reserve on it because he's not going to be the one carrying it, I'm sure.
No, it'll be Chris Pratt as Star-Lord.
So we'll see how that goes. But
you're not Heath Ledgering it.
There's no way he's going to Heath Ledger this.
No. I'm saying I say Heath Ledgering it when you see a character. When you see an actor play a character and you go, that's going to be terrible, like I did with Heath Ledger as Joker. I was thinking it's going to be Brokeback Joker. And Heath Ledger was fantastic. So
right.
That's why.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill it right out of the gate. I'm going to wait
it's not
and see
the
what it
Ninja
is.
Turtles.
Yeah, it's not the Ninja Turtles.
He's not going to deter me from seeing the movie.
Right.
But I wish they would have chosen someone else.
Like who?
I liked Moa.
I don't think he's big enough for it. Let's see. Let's look up.
I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
The Destroyer.
You heard it here first. Rumored. I can't even do it anymore.
Let's see. Images. Drax the Destroyer. See, I don't know.
Bautista.
I think he's big enough.
Paint him green. He's good to go.
See, now that's the other problem. The last thing I saw is a green painting. I did not look right. Oh, look, somebody
That just doesn't look right to me.
painted Bautista green.
They're going to get rid of his tattoos, probably.
Well, yeah.
And Drax has got tattoos.
I think it could fit. Tattoos. Physically, I think it's
Tom
a good
Hardy.
fit. There you go.
There we go. Tom Hardy. I like it.
Not a bad one.
That
one I could deal with. Although that would again be jumping ship DC to Marvel.
Yeah, it's another faux pas I always talk about.
So, you good with this one? We talk about this one all the time. I'm sure we'll be talking about it again next week or the week after.
I want to know who's playing the tree and the raccoon.
Those are going to be voiceovers, and I bet one of them is Jim Carrey.
Which we'll talk about him later.
Yeah, we'll be talking about him just a little bit later. All right, so the next up in the long box. This isn't the biggest comic book long box.
This is not. No, this is not really not. But this is something I saw this week. A lot of people have seen stuff about it. For those of you that are our age, you might remember Kristen Bell's old TV show called Veronica Mars. To be honest, I had never watched it until this week. There has been a push, a Firefly-esque push, to get a movie for this show to kind of tie up loose ends, to finish it off, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And they could never do it. Warner Brothers didn't think there was a fan base out there for it anymore. So they got permission from Warner Brothers and did all this stuff, and they put it out on Kickstarter.
Right.
Most nerds know what Kickstarter is these days.
Kickstarter is essentially crowdsourcing. You go out there and you say, I need to make this much money in this many days, and you go out there and you sell yourself, essentially whore yourself out, and tell everybody to send you money. If you make that goal, then you do this. Along those ways, you give certain, so for $10 you get this, for $100 you get this, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, when it came to this, the reason I picked this story up was because in the first 4 hours, I think they said, it had made $1 million already.
Right.
And in the first 11 hours, it had already posted its pledge goal of $2 million. As of recording, it is at $3,594,573.
And they still have 26 days to go.
26 days to go.
Now, I'll put this out there. If they can do this, why has Nathan Fillion not gone in there and said, yo, I will make the movie if we can get $10 million?
Because unlike, and I'm sorry, I've looked at it, unlike a lot of this crew, most of that cast from Firefly have gone on to have very successful careers.
Well, and so you're telling me they don't want to do it?
I don't think time-wise, I don't think it would happen right now.
I think it could happen.
I saw this. I've seen a few other people talk about it before, and the fact that you have such a fan base,
right? Well, see, I haven't watched the show either.
That being said, I watched it. The WB is playing every episode,
right?
Online.
Yeah,
watch it for free.
Here's the thing that kills me: 54,618 backers. I've never heard this show. I've never watched it. Nothing.
This is where she got popular.
So I liked her in Heroes.
I thought Veronica Mars was a character on Resident Evil for some reason.
She's kind of like Nancy Drew on the CW, so you got to have the the.
So is Nancy Drew with boy problems?
Yes.
Awesome. Wow. Kristen Bale, that's from Twilight, correct?
What?
No.
Who am I thinking?
Kristen Bell.
Kristen
You're
Stewart, yeah.
Kristen Stewart.
Okay.
Wrong one.
Kristen Bell was on Fanboys, on Heroes. She's been on a bunch of stuff. Those are the two that I know of. I freaked out when I saw this. I watched it laughing.
Right. Here's some of my favorite part of this.
Okay.
Like, alright, so if they had one spot for a $10,000 pledge.
Or more. So there's no
Or
telling how much that
$10,000
pledge
or more.
actually was.
The person who pledged the $10,000 gets a speaking role in the movie. I'm like, this is an awesome goal. Somebody was like, I want to be in a movie because I've got more money than I have since, and so they give $10,000.
Now, is that one person can do that, or can you get like 5?
That was one person.
Yeah. So, and then they've got the next one pledge $8,000. They can have up to 3 backers. And this one was you could get to name a character in the movie.
And they said it's easier if the character is basically your name. Because there's not as many copyright things on it. It's just, this is not exceptionally nerdy this week. It's just, it was one of those things. So the question I posed to you is, what do you kickstart? Other than Firefly. Because
I know exactly what I
everybody's
kickstart.
answer.
There was a concert series for the Ninja Turtles back in the 90s.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
kickstart a reunion tour.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
I had a VHS of that one.
I did. I do
Yes.
too somewhere.
Oh, wow.
I want to kickstart the reunion tour of the Turtles on the Half Shell or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I remember it.
I definitely want that. That would be my kickstart. I mean, because think about it. It probably wouldn't be that much. Maybe just a couple of shows. Split it up. Here. Maybe just in the U.S. Who cares? I don't know. I want that so bad. It's so horrible. It's so bad, but I want it. We just bought those original Turtle movies. They had them in a 4-pack on a DVD, and so we just bought all of them.
Now, do you kickstart something that's been made before, or kind of something that you want to see done?
Something you want to see done.
I've wanted this for years. I want a rated R Duke Nukem movie.
Was the other one?
All first person?
No, I mean, just,
That was awful in
just a
Doom.
dude playing Duke, going around killing aliens and seeing hot chicks. How bad of a movie would that be? Come on, guys. I mean, seriously.
That's the what is the one movie now that's out there with all the action heroes? Expendables. That's what it is. It's the Expendables.
No, there's not
you have
big
to add
hot
more.
chicks.
You have to add more boobs and a
monsters,
urinal.
This is one guy, and he could be played. Vin Diesel or Rock could play him.
Somebody
So
in our
it's just a
chat
throwaway
said.
for you.
Somebody in the chat says Kickstarter to get Michael Bay to direct a Nerd and the Noob movie.
I'm not sure. I'd worry about the explosions.
Who plays us, guys?
I don't know. I know who plays me. That's Seth Rogen. Yep, Seth Rogen plays me.
Who does that leave to play me? The bearded dude from
Use Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis?
That's not as bad as me. I think John Goodman plays me.
All right, here's my Kickstarter because I've been teased at it twice.
Uh-oh.
Animated version of, and I've said it forever, Age of Apocalypse X-Men. I've said it forever and ever. X-Men Evolution teased it at the end of that show. Wolverine and the X-Men teased it at the end of that show. Both shows stopped while preparing to do Age of Apocalypse. Both of them can kiss my ass.
Right. So that would be yours.
That would be my Kickstarter. I would try to find permission, get a team together that could do it,
Right.
and I would love it.
Awesome. That's a good idea.
All right, so guys, we'll mention this again at the end of the show, but the question of the day or question of the show is going to be
If you could kickstart anything,
what
what would it be?
Yeah, if you could kickstart, we want to know, and we'll say some of them next week. Probably the ones that make us laugh more. We'll say some of those, or some of those that we'll just like, huh? Okay.
We got some interesting people on Facebook that'll come up with some good ones.
Yeah, it's fun. So the question of the day is, what would you Kickstarter and why?
Yeah.
Leave in the comments down below or send us an email with your responses. Please, please, please. Thank you very much. So you guys good with that?
I'm good with that.
Awesome.
Good to move on. All right, so we're on. Wow, we're kind of booking right along this time, which is good because we've got a couple of extra things this week. Next thing in this is a list we got from his wifey, Miss Carrie Gray. And we got 5 video game features we could live without.
I haven't read this one, so I'm interested.
We'll kind of go round robin on it. You can start it.
Okay, so my wife found this, and she is like April O'Neil. She's finding stuff all the time for us. Scroll up some. I personally think this is my favorite. The always-on internet connection. I personally don't like that. If when you get online, if I want to watch a movie, I got my friends sending me requests to play Call of Duty. I don't like that. I'm trying to watch a Blu-ray of Blockbuster so I can send it back and get something else. I don't need to know you're playing Call of Duty. I can see that. Okay, leave me alone.
Dude, I'm totally playing Call of Duty.
Well, see, like, doesn't PlayStation kind of do? I mean, you don't have to be online.
If you sign on your name, you're online.
Right. So that bugs me a little bit. 'Cause you don't actually have to be online to play like NHL or whatever the other one's called.
Madden.
NFL Madden. Yeah. You don't have to be online to play Madden, but there are things you can't get if you're not online.
This stemmed from recently the whole Diablo.
No, SimCity.
Well, Diablo is the same thing. You have to have an internet connection.
SimCity's that's the
and
problem.
SimCity, both of them are bombed. Well, Diablo didn't bomb. SimCity destroyed itself,
right?
Because there were server errors. Because they said you have to be online, but we can't support all of you.
It's because SimCity went and they're making a virtual neighborhood. If I make a city. And he makes a city, and he makes a city. I can go look at his city, and I can make deals with his city, and we can trade resources.
Keep your drugs out of my neighborhood.
And that's the thing. That's the cool thing. You can have a bad city, and your criminals can go over to their cities.
And then I drop Godzilla on your city.
Wait, which is okay. So that's I'm just gonna move right on from that one. That's a cool thing. Like that whole thing, the playing back and forth. That's awesome. I mean, I play Minecraft all day long. I love that kind of thing. You come back and you go, oh, I totally need to go find this, and you go and you steal it from somebody else, or things like that kind of happen. So I get why they tried that, but the fact that that's the only way to play was probably a bad idea, because there's lots and lots of people out there that, when it comes to SimCity, they want to micromanage everything that has to do with their city.
We are old enough to remember the original on Super Nintendo, where we saw people burn up a Super Nintendo, leaving that game running for days, allowing it to... we have a buddy that launched like 6 cities into space in a week's time.
Yeah. I remember that, yeah.
I had SimCity for Super Nintendo. I had SimCity for PlayStation 1. I had SimCity for PC.
And then they destroyed it with Sims.
I hate Sims.
I played Sims the first time, and then I have not played Sims since then.
Moving on to the next one.
Alright, so you get the next one.
The next one is endless system updates. I have come to enjoy the version of updates that Minecraft does, that the guys at Mojang do.
It's announced, like, you get a big one every, 2 months or so.
But then there's little ones here and there that take 5 minutes to do, if that, 30 seconds, boom, you're done. Giant system updates. We can make your system better. And it only makes it worse, because they're only adding crap to your system. And I think system updates should only happen when they can minimalize, but make it better.
Well, see, now here's I don't mind system. I wouldn't mind a system update that ran all day long. It wouldn't bother me. It would be stressful on your internet connection, but if they should all run in the background. Period. If it's going to be a system update or a large update, then it needs to be able to run in the background from while you're playing something else or doing whatever. That's the way it has to be.
So you're saying you want to get rid of you have to reboot the system for a system
Right,
update.
Well, do it like a Windows thing. Be like, okay, we need to do a system update. Well, is it going to affect my gameplay? No, I could play it yesterday. So run your update in the background, and then when I turn the machine off, that's a system update. I mean, just let it be more of a smooth process instead of a forced process.
In PlayStation, if you're playing a game that has an update for the game, you can't play the game until you update it.
That's another thing that's annoying.
When I played Call of Duty yesterday on there was an update that I got like a week ago. Well, you've not played Call of Duty in probably months.
Right.
So I had to do that update before I played the game. It wouldn't let me play the game.
Fair enough. The next one I've got is touchpads everywhere. Now, this one I disagreed with to a point. I kind of like the fact that we've got touchpads all over the place. I think they need to be integrated and not solely used. Like the new PS3 controller, it had that little touchpad. PS4 controller, they have that little touchpad like they do on laptops. I'm cool with that because honestly, when you're trying to do something like letters or something like that, it would be really cool to be able to just use your finger and go ding, tap, tap, tap. But I don't want it to be an integral part of the system. I want it to be a cool accessory.
I'd rather have Minority Reports combined with Iron Man.
Go over there, trash can.
I don't want to play Madden with a touchpad.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to be an integral part of the controller. I want it to be an awesome accessory.
Yeah.
I mean, because like when they came out with all these controllers, they came out with those little keyboards that you could hook into the little slots, and on like the Xbox had that one that hooked to the bottom, and you had the
PS3 has the one hooked to the bottom too. Man.
Right. Why not do that? If you want a touchpad on it, make it available, but don't let it.
What about like a flip thing? Like you flip it, and one side is a touchpad to do controlling, or flip it around and continue it up, and it's the keyboard.
No.
It's a little bulky.
Somebody in the chat's asking us, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the new Xbox, PS4, or the Wii U?
Not the Wii U. More than likely, I'm going to end up Xbox. I've been Xbox for years now. So.
I've been PS4 for years.
PS3.
I've been PlayStation for years. I'll probably be PS4.
I will probably get both, maybe. I don't know. See, here's the thing. The only reason I actually keep my Xbox right now is for the Fable franchise.
Good franchise.
I love the Fable franchise. Awesome
Halo.
franchise. Well, I don't even like Halo that much.
Oh.
Otherwise, I may just upgrade to the PS4 when the price comes down on it, and continue to buy my Madden games and my Assassin's Creeds and that kind of stuff, because that's just the way honestly, until PS3 or PlayStation starts charging monthly access for their internet.
They do.
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus. But you can still play for free.
Okay, well, see, right now I can still play Call of Duty multiplayer online for free.
See, that's one reason I've slowed down so much on my gaming, especially console gaming, because I stopped paying for Xbox Live.
Just be honest, you're addicted to Minecraft.
No, I don't even play that much anymore, and the people that I used to play with can attest to that.
Well,
I don't play a lot of games anymore.
Yeah, personally, if it weren't for Madden, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, I wouldn't buy a console. But those games are forever engulfed in my head as playing on a console. So that's probably the only reason I play computer games almost
Assassin's
completely.
Creed stuff online.
I enjoy the Blu-ray aspect of the PlayStation. That's what made me.
Well, there's a rumor is they're going to put a Blu-ray in the Xbox. I don't know how they're going to deal with that with Sony.
When I buy the PS4, Carrie has told me we're keeping the PS3 to put in our bedroom to have a Blu-ray.
Just for the Blu-ray player.
Just for a Blu-ray.
See, I've thought about that.
And because you have the same one I have, and they both play PS2 games. And James, my son, he plays some PS2 games, so we'll keep it, have a Blu-ray player, and he can still play on it. And I'll just spend $1 million on the PS4 or whatever it is.
Fair enough. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one of that, and it is
I can't even read from back here.
money grubbing.
Yes, unnecessary or money grubbing downloadable content. When you pay $60 for a game, Call of Duty, when it comes out, I pre-order it. When you pay $60. 4 months from then, you're going to be paying $15 more for a map pack. 4 months from there, you're going to pay $50 more for another $15 for a map pack. You're going to spend $100
on one game. I'm the same. Like when I buy the Black Ops, I don't buy the map packs. I play on the original maps. That's it.
The people I play with, if you don't buy the map packs, they make fun of you.
Well, see, now that's the thing. Here's my question. If it's so annoying, there's got to be a way to put it out there to get everybody to just not buy the map pack at all and be like, look, this is stupid. We just bought a $60 game.
Now, this last map pack for Black Ops did something that I enjoyed. Not just the maps, not just the zombie maps. They gave you a new gun, a new toy. Now
still not worth $15
No.
added to a game purchase. It doesn't matter how many hours I'm getting.
They're doing that, and they're also doing the where you can do a season pass to where you pay so much money up front, and then you get it all as it comes out. You save like $5 or $10. Who cares? But it's like $60-something on top of the game that you're paying to get everything as it comes out.
I just don't like it. I don't like. There are some downloadable content, but I think the downloadable content needs to be something that is special. Like with the Batman ones, it was you would get the Harley Quinn storyline or the Catwoman storyline. It wasn't a key. It didn't keep you from doing anything. Didn't keep you from having fun in the game. With Call of Duty, if they want to do downloadable content, let that be just weapons or an armor pack or something like that. Don't do it the maps. When they do the maps, they should just go bam. Now, if you want to spend extra money, you can buy this, awesome gun that may or may not give you an advantage depending on how good you are.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper's on the back guns. Never mind.
You get where I'm going with it?
I do.
The map pack should not be a downloadable content, like money, like paid for downloadable content. It needs to be. When they come out with new maps, push it to the game.
One thing a lot of games do is if you pre-order the game, you get something really cool with it. And that's what I've enjoyed with Call of Duty, with Batman, different games like that I pre-ordered.
There's probably only 1 or 2 games I could list right now that might even pre-order, and I may not even do that. One of which is Grand Theft Auto. I've played every one since it was a top-down, top-down.
God, I remember
steal
that.
Your car and run it around town. I remember that.
You could never drive that thing.
Not to mention, those
horrible.
games are really good for, man, I've had a bad day. Let's go hole up somewhere in the university.
And kill a hooker
and kill everybody. I mean,
Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
City
so
was huge in my house.
the next piece and the last part of this list is
unnecessary multiplayer elements. Read the article on this because I'm not sure what they're getting at.
Perhaps because of the success of Call of Duty, whose multiplayer components make it a year-round hit, more and more games are adding multiplayer modes, and in some cases that's a good thing. But a growing number of single-player games that have no need of multiplayer are jumping on the bandwagon in an effort to keep people playing games that they've already beaten, essentially, the main game to. Tomb Raider, apparently, a fantastic reboot of the series, and while there's nothing particularly wrong with the game's multiplayer, it's wholly unnecessary. Tomb Raider's always been a single-player thing.
Yep.
Like Assassin's Creed, when they did that Brotherhood game, I hated the multiplayer.
They have a multiplayer for the new one now, right?
I don't know. I never played it.
I like this line. By and large, these games would have been just fine. Games such as Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 3, and Bioshock 2. These games would have been fine without multiplayer, and the creators could have spent the money and the developing time adding more flair, polish, or time into the single player.
Yeah. Give
me more hours of single player than a useless multiplayer that no one's ever going to touch.
Like, what is it? What was it? Like the Fable 2? I think it was Fable 2. When you go to beat Fable 2, you can do all this stuff, and you get to the last one, and what do? You shoot the guy. And that's it. That's the end of the game. I'm like, but there's a great multiplayer on there. I'm like, this is stupid. There shouldn't be a multiplayer on this kind of game. So, I mean, I agree with that. I think if you've got an inherently single-player game, then you need to make it, leave it be a single player.
Call of Duty.
Well,
it's because they make the most money.
It works for FPS, but other than that,
I agree.
It just doesn't. It's not going to work.
I agree.
All right, well, so that's it for the long box. That was pretty decent timing for the long box. Next thing if you have any comments on anything we talked about in the long box, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or send us an email and yell at us. Tell us we did something wrong. Next thing up on the list is Comic of the Week. This was last week's suggestion by Rich Fox. The site was down, and so we couldn't actually do it. It is Swamp Thing number 18, written by Scott Snyder. Art by Yanick Paquette.
Hey, good job.
Colors by Nathan Fairbairn. And letters by Travis Lanham. I'm going to let you have it.
I liked it. I like Scott Snyder. There's a reason he's on the flagship title for DC right now.
Which one? Batman?
Batman. There's a reason he does it. He's a horror writer. I didn't think I was going to like this. I don't have history with Swamp Thing. I've had a few books in the past, but overall arcing. I didn't think I would like it. It's finishing up a storyline with a thing called The Rot. So we came in at the end. Personally, between the storyline and the art, I gave the book a 4.
See, okay.
I liked it.
Here's my thing with it. I like the art. If you just take the art in and of itself, I thought the art was cool. I've never been a big fan of Swamp Thing. He looked kind of weird to me. But I liked the
green scarecrow.
I liked the art. I didn't like the way they did with the art to separate the panels. Like they had these weird lines and strange panels, and
I've been reading comics long enough. If I look at the whole
I'm a
page,
big fan of panel. You can see the divisions. They could have made the artwork fit a standard panel setup. Instead, they just had these weird panels. And like I said, I've never been a big fan of it. I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm not gonna say I hated it, but I only gave it like a 3. Because I didn't.
The art was really good. It surprised me.
We've read several single shot comics that are in the middle or end of a series, and I didn't hate the comic. I didn't hate this one, but this was probably lower on the list.
I liked the story. It brought me in. I knew that so and so was a bad guy. This is what was happening. Blah.
Right.
I liked the way it was a wrap up story. So, and I think this is his last issue. I think this was Scott Snyder's last issue on the run.
Right.
He's going on to do more stuff, included in DC proper.
Is he doing Batman Zero? Who's doing the Batman?
I think he is doing the.
Greg Capullo and Zack Snyder are doing Batman Zero out.
And I will be reading that. Actually, I've got so much to read. I got to finish the Invincible books. I've got half of number 2 left, and then I got number 3. Then we've got the one the fan gave us. Was it Evan?
I've been reading it a little bit, but it's a lot.
AVX.
To read, yeah.
I got to read the AVX stuff. You just bought the Injustice, which I absolutely loved. The first Injustice book that we read. What else was there? And then the one you're talking about that you were just talking about.
Red Wing.
Red Wing, that looks good. I mean, I've got so much stuff I need to read; it's ridiculous. But right now, I'm doing the physical copy of Invincible, which is a little bit easier. I can I can sit there and actually lay in bed at night and read it, and not just read it on my phone. So,
somebody's BFF.
That's Amber.
Which one?
AJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
So. All in all, like I said, I only gave it a 3. It's not a horrible book. The art was really cool. I didn't care for the story, but that may just be because I didn't understand it. For me, it seemed like a hippie book. You had the Rot, a Swamp Thing, Pretty Forest, and a flower.
Lots of flowers.
It was very hippie-ish to me.
It was aggressive though. Like the battle scenes in it was really aggressive.
Through the face.
Yeah, I mean there was some serious blood in this. So I gave it a 3. He gave it a 4.
An arm. Did you see that at the end? He had,
It was hippie and gore.
So, me personally, it's a borrow.
No, you cannot steal that.
You're not helping Swamp Thing and Nerd Madness.
You cannot steal their thing.
Okay.
No. You can't pants it. We're not stealing Comic Geek Speak stuff.
For me, it's not a buy at all.
Say it's a steal.
We will figure out our suggestion.
Okay, good, because we need one of those.
Oh, good God.
So, all right, so we're going to move on to the coming attraction, and this is all going to be him. This week's movie was The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, and he drew the short straw in this one.
Yeah, okay, so I grew up, Michael and I think we both did, love magic shows. I've never been to a live one, but, David Copperfield was on TV, or that old show where the magician was masked and he showed
how I love that show.
Fox in the 90s.
Yeah, yes. when he showed how
Magic Secrets Unveiled.
I love magic. If I had any talent in it, I would do it. But I don't.
Woo, here's a good suggestion. It's a read in the shopper. It's a
read in the shop.
What do you call it?
Stand there at the magazine rack and read it.
Yeah, what would you call that? A grazer?
Anyway, I don't like Steve Carell as character actors.
Okay.
I like Steve Carell when he's just playing a regular guy who ends up in funny situations.
Right.
Bruce Almighty, he was a regular guy.
Evan Almighty.
I did not watch that one.
Good movie.
It's not bad.
Bruce Almighty's better.
And then there was a
Office.
40-year-old virgin. He was a normal guy, but it was bad situations.
Right.
There was better support acting in this. You had Olivia Wilde, who I want to have my babies.
Tell him what you told me the other day.
I told him, I said, I'm going to email Olivia Wilde and ask her to have my babies.
I'm going to tell him I'm waiting for the police to call me. Did you know that he was a weird murderer person? I did not.
I did not kill her. How can she have my babies if I kill her?
Today in the news, nerd found guilty of stalking Olivia Wilde.
It had Jim Carrey in it, and I was not big on Jim Carrey on this one. He was the Chris Angel style thing. There's going to be spoilers in this. Just
yeah.
you know.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Do it with me. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! There we go.
There's 3 of them.
But there was a scene at the end where his big trick is to take a drill and drill it into his head in the exact right spot where it will miss everything. And he goes like this, and he starts drilling into his head, and as soon as it goes through his head, his right eye turns sideways, and he starts going, "Got it! I got it!" And it's just, typical Jim Carrey stuff.
Do what you did last night.
What?
When you fell.
No, that was different. I like that. That part made me laugh. It had Steve Buscemi in it as Steve Carell's partner.
Oh, nice.
They were funny.
I'm telling you, that guy has no cred at all when it comes to me. He's not a good-looking guy. His voice is quite annoying, actually. He's not even really. I mean, he's
been in some good movies.
He's funny, but you watch that guy in Boardwalk Empire. That's a scary mofo. You don't screw with Steve Buscemi in Boardwalk Empire. Anyways, go ahead.
At the beginning, it tells how he likes, how Steve Carell's character likes to become an actor, or not an actor, a magician, and that was fine. And then after so long of doing it, he becomes this asshole. I mean, just a horrible, I'm privileged!
Right.
And I don't like that. I hate the I'm privileged thing. There was a little bit of romantic comedy between him and Olivia Wilde. I was a little upset about that. Jealousy. It's heartwarming.
Your girlfriend doesn't watch the show, does she?
No, that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But it's okay. She'd be cool with it anyway. And there was, the turnaround at the end of the movie where he, remembers what it's like to just do a card trick for a kid and whatnot. But it's only an hour and a half long movie, so it wasn't real time consuming. But if I had to put a grade on it,
let's try this. We've got theater,
home, or Netflix.
Theater, rental. Oh no, I'm sorry. Theater, Redbox, or Netflix?
No, theater, buy, or Netflix.
Theater, buy, or Netflix?
You buy it because you think it'll be pretty good.
Okay, we'll go with that.
No, if it were me, unless this is your type of movie, Netflix it.
Oh, there's none.
Wait until it comes
true.
out.
None.
Wait until it comes out on Netflix and check it out. Then there's no sense in buying a DVD on it because I can't imagine there's a whole lot of extras on it that are going to be just shocking.
I don't know. With those two, I think I would like to see a blooper reel.
I would watch an hour and a half long blooper reel from Jim Carrey and Steve
That's my
Carell.
favorite part of Liar Liar on Jim Carrey is the end of the movie with the blooper reel.
Yes.
But
I got big jugs. Starts laughing.
But I would not. I would wait and get it on Redbox or on Netflix or however you do your temporary whatever. I won't be buying it. I like both actors. I like a lot of the actors in it. Buscemi, I've loved since Rockhound.
Right.
But that was my favorite character of his, Rockhound.
But I wouldn't suggest it again.
All right. Cool. So that's two. Let's see. We had one. Nothing. Don't want to see it. Don't go get it unless you just love Oz. Second week we got Burt Wonderstone, and that's a
Netflix.
That's a Netflix. Next week we're gonna have ones from him. You're gonna pre-record them for us, right?
I'm gonna get the stuff and pre-record them on my computer and send them to you.
All right, and he's gonna be doing.
I'm gonna do G.I. Joe and Olympus.
Olympus is next week.
Olympus is next week.
And then G.I. Joe is after that.
Stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman.
It is not about the gods. Dang it!
It is about, looks like some kind of Asian, don't want to say any country, Asian terrorists take over the White House.
Korea.
And Gerard Butler is a Secret Service man. He's the only one inside. It's a big action movie. Morgan Freeman's in it, so it's automatically going to be good.
Right.
And then G.I. Joe, everyone knows about G.I. Joe, but I'll do both of them.
So we'll be looking forward to that one next week, getting your Olympus Has Fallen one. So moving on to the next part of this. This is the Noob Versus, and this one is brought to you by a gentleman on Facebook named Dave Townsend. Thank you for sending this in. This is HitGirl versus
Batgirl.
I chose HitGirl for this one because
I chose Batgirl.
Two simple facts. The girl...
Dat.
Yeah, two simple facts. Dat and dat. Cacao. She's not afraid to kill somebody. I mean, she took it like a sword to people last time, right? Like in the first Kick-Ass, she went against
her
that.
and Big Daddy were brutal.
Man, they went. She took a sword to those all those gangsters, didn't they? The thugs, and she was just chopping people up.
She was 12.
I'm sorry, Batgirl ain't got nothing.
No, Batgirl's got training. She's got the ability. She's got experience.
Oh, really? She's got training. Did she stand in a reservoir with a what is that thing called? A bulletproof vest on and let her dad shoot her? No.
She
You want to
gets
talk
shot
about training?
She gets shot in the spine, and that still doesn't stop her from being a superhero.
Mm-hmm. Oracle.
Now, I do give Batgirl the edge on lineage. You know, father. I mean, Commissioner Gordon against Big Daddy. I mean,
yeah.
Which is funny because they were both cops.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the same. We all know it's the same character. Nobody's saying it. I go HitGirl. So
no, I think Batgirl's got so much more training involved where that comes, and she's gonna own that.
Nice. And apparently, I'm being told that Minor Bongo in our chat is Dave from Facebook.
Oh, nice.
So thank you for that one. That was an awesome one. I liked it. Next up, we're going to have the winner from last week. Last week's was Bane versus
close.
Super Shredder.
It's really close.
So close. Bane had a 44 votes.
92%.
And Shredder had 4%. 4
I
votes.
thought that would be so much
8%.
better.
I thought it would be a lot
I thought it
closer.
was going to be close.
So
I told you all. Bane.
we really need to get the tally bracket running up again. Like put a thing right there or something, so that we've got the tally going again.
My man Bane brought the pain.
I missed the show. I was doing something last week. What Bane did you use, Greg?
I used Movie Bane. Everyone knows
Tom
Movie
Hardy
Bane.
Movie
Tom
Bane.
Hardy's Movie Bane. He's a regular person, real dude out there.
I think Super Shredder beats that Bane, but comic book Bane, the huge, gigantic, super big toxin. What is it, Venom? Or
Venom.
That Bane over. Super
I have
Shredder.
seen a mashup. Somebody did a mashup of Movie Bane, Tom Hardy's Bane, but coming into the back of that mask, somebody had some venom tubes coming from his sides, going into his mask and that in his wrist, and that was really cool. Like I said, it was a mashup of the two types of characters.
Like
so
the Bane from that abortion called Batman and Robin.
No.
No,
We
but
don't talk about that.
No, like it never happened.
Let's see.
Dude, if I'd have thought about it, I would have pulled it. But it was a cool mashup.
See, that's
just
the Bane I know
artistry.
from the comics. That
That one?
huge, gigantic.
No, over here, second.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy. He's definitely a big guy.
But I think Tom Hardy's Bane could have been.
The Brian Urlacher's Bane's kind of cool.
Okay, we're gonna stop googling now.
Okay.
So yeah, I lost, but that's okay because this week HitGirl is totally
Girl is not
gonna be Batgirl.
Represent.
I'm on the fence. I'll vote later.
So go. We'll make sure to leave that in the description below. Go vote and get your votes out there. So next up, we've got the short box. And I'm gonna let you talk for a little while.
The announcement.
I know I did. I was trying to see if he'd notice.
You turd.
This we got something coming up because of the NCAA's March Madness.
March Madness.
Give the air quotes.
March
Everybody,
Madness.
air quotes.
Les here wanted to do a Nerd Madness, where we took 64 comic book, movie, video game, and
TV,
and just in general characters, and we came up with 64 of them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be doing our Noob Versus just like normal, but instead of we're not going to take submissions for about a month. What we're going to go through and we've got all normal brackets. We got it right here. See, paper style. We're old school here. Normal brackets, all of them written down.
Drawn at random.
Drawn at random. And so we'll go through and we'll pick one that we think is either really funny or really controversial, and we will fight about that. So we'll give you
some examples you got here are stuff like, let's see if I can find some good ones here.
First one right there.
The first one, this was completely random. Darth Vader and Yoda. You've got stuff.
Oh wait, where's my favorite? Hang on. We did it earlier. Talked about it earlier. Homer Simpson versus Inspector Gadget.
Now, real quick, there was what I did was I come up with the idea and I wanted some help from you guys, and you guys did fantastic.
Got about 30 or so
from anyone out there that you can give me. And if I didn't know who they were, I asked these two or I looked it up. We got some fantastic nominations, and then we didn't have 64. So what I did was, if someone won Noob Versus, if they were a winner, they got in the tournament as well. So Homer Simpson beating Captain America. He got in there. Inspector Gadget beating Captain Caveman. He got in there. People like that got in there. And then we just kind of filled in the rest as we went.
This was a really good one. Captain America versus Ezio Auditore de Frenzy.
Yeah,
the Assassin's Creed guy.
So we're going to have some fun with this. So what we're going to do is, like I said, me and Greg, we're going to be picking one of these a week to do our Noob Versus for about a month. And then also, so starting next week, we'll be telling you the winners of the brackets, or we'll break most of them down. The first week there's going to be a lot of winners.
The first round, all 64, the first 32 fights are going to be posted on Facebook
either tonight or tomorrow.
And those first ones will be just strictly Facebook. They'll be announced on Facebook. They'll be done on Facebook.
You can vote for one match, or you can vote for them all. I'm gonna go through them every match. I'm gonna type on there, and I'm gonna pin it to where it stays on top. All you gotta do is type in your winners. I'll keep tallies, and at Sunday night before the show starts, I will advance the winners. These guys will see who won the second round matches. They'll pick Noob Versus, and we'll keep doing that till we're done.
So this should be fun. So we'll give you an example. So let's go with the Homer Simpson one. So in that bracket with Homer Simpson, you got Homer Simpson versus Inspector Gadget and Master Chief versus Ken. Which
How
means
are you, Ken?
In the next one, you could have Homer Simpson versus Master Chief. So they can get very amusing. Like we've got one that could end up being the Tick versus Optimus Prime.
This is a good four right here. These four.
All right, we've got Neo and Venom and Doctor Doom and Kratos. I mean, so there's some really good ones that could end up being here.
We do have Riddick on here.
Yeah, Riddick is on here, actually.
Riddick was given to us by Amber. How you say that?
That would be her.
Amber's on here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amber. Hey, Riddick was not a bad choice. We even we came up with a funny one. John McClane from Die Hard. He's never been killed. Who's John McClane fighting?
Unfortunately, he's fighting someone horribly for it.
He's up there.
Bane?
Yeah, John McClane's fighting Bane.
So, yeah, this could be fun. All right, so, yeah, guys, don't forget to go check out Facebook and to vote for all of these. That's all on this one.
Spread the word. Get your people votes.
So, we're going to move on now to the short box. We got a few things in here.
Short box.
So, first thing we've got is called Marvel the Circus. Remember, the short box is something we're just going to kind of throw them out there, give a little bit of opinion, and then we're going to let you guys have the links and go check them out on your own.
Following sadly enough, the success of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, and it was a disaster to start with, but it's been one of the most successful financial shows they've had on Broadway.
Right.
It looks like Marvel is teaming up with Field Entertainment, who are the organization behind the Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus, and Disney on Ice, to produce a Marvel superhero live show.
Please tell me it's not like Spider-Man on Ice. I don't
Spider-Man!
No, what was that? Gina sent me a picture on Twitter, on Pinterest the other day. It was Spider-Man singing Spider-Man. It was something
opening a tuna can.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Opening a tuna can, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious!" That's what I imagine when I think about this.
It'll be like Hulk going Hulk smash.
Hulk does a triple Lutz.
So we're gonna let you guys go read up on this. It just kind of sounds like it'll be a neat thing. I actually wanted to go see the Spider-Man show, but I never got the chance.
Never went to Broadway.
Next up.
Toonami has announced birthday plans, new shows and logo and host. They're not changing the host. It's still going to be what's his name?
The little robot dude.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now.
I don't know, but keep going.
But their new full schedule starting on this March 16th. Oh, Tom, that's his name. Is going to debut Bleach, Naruto, Evangelion, 111, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, 2 Cowboy Bebops, and 2 Inuyashas to finish up the...
So, I'm not going to watch this at all.
I could watch everything. I could watch the entire run if I was up.
I don't even know what this is.
It's anime, essentially.
It's
Toonami on Cartoon Network.
I am not cool,
no, I do not. So if
Sorry,
you're
guys.
interested in anime and you want to go see the new schedule, go click on the link below. Thank you very much. Next up, you wanted to talk about this one, didn't you?
Well, I find most of the stories, dang it. George Lucas is working on a San Francisco-based comic illustration and animation museum. And
Man, he's got old.
let's see here. The proposed Lucas Cultural Arts museum's construction and endowment would be a gift from Lucas to the city of San Francisco and stocked, at least initially, with his own vast personal collection, which includes works by Norman Rockwell, Maxfield Parrish, and N.C. Wyeth. Lucas apparently has enough art to theoretically stock the museum for 6 full years, rotating pieces every 6 months.
Wow.
Holy crap.
That's a lot.
I bet there's a lot of McQuarrie work in there.
McQuarrie?
He's the guy who did pretty much all Star Wars art, like concept art,
Right.
for the original Star Wars movies.
Alright. So that's cool.
I thought that was really cool.
There's a little video that goes through with it if you want to check out the link and go do that. So, next up,
Jurassic Park director.
Jurassic Park apparently has a director. Colin Trevorrow and Jurassic Park 4, safety not guaranteed. Director hired for Spielberg's sequel. Why is that
I don't know. Just keep going. There you go.
There we go.
Welcome to Jurassic Park, Colin Trevorrow. The indie director behind Safety Not Guaranteed has been hired to direct Jurassic Park 4. According to Deadline.com, Trevorrow takes over the franchise for Joe Johnston, who directed Jurassic Park 3 in 2001. Steven
Is
Spielberg...
it really counted as taking over if it's been 12 years?
I don't know. Steven Spielberg did the first one too, right? Directed the first 2?
Yes.
So, me personally, I don't really care.
You didn't like the movies.
I don't like Jurassic Park anyway.
I enjoyed all.
I was gonna say, don't you love these?
I don't love them. I enjoy them. I probably won't go see it in theaters. I'll probably just end up buying it.
Spielberg will be a producer, so it'll have a Spielberg touch on it. He just won't be directly involved in going, hey, action, now stop, now go again, now stop, coffee, print.
All right.
Okay, the shtick is done.
I don't know. I don't really care about Jurassic Park any. So, next thing we've got up is an article from iFanboy called, it's Zack Snyder and what's his name?
Greg Capullo.
Greg Capullo unveiled Batman 0 Year. So it's apparently Bruce Wayne, his very beginning. So essentially the movies in comic book format. Yeah?
Basically.
All right.
So
it's going to start on Batman number 21,
right?
And it's an 11-part story.
So it's a year-long run.
It's right at a year.
Right. I think it's going to be nice. It's not, let's redo the origin. It's time for a new story showing how Batman became who he is in the New 52. We tried to preserve as much of Batman's history as we could and keep what we could of his history intact. It's the 0 year, the one that no one has told the story of before. We see how Bruce became Batman, built the cave, faced off with his first supervillain. It's time for a new story showing how Batman became who he is in the New 52. It builds up the mythology. So they're not taking over like from the movies. I guess they're probably doing that. He's gonna go and he's gonna do this and he's gonna fight this guy and it's gonna.
There's something that's never really talked about. Like all the movies have always talked about how Bruce became the martial arts master that he is.
Right.
I want to see something based around how he gains his detective skills. That's not something that comes naturally to him.
Oh, good call.
It is something that he has to train. I think he even goes and trains in Scotland Yard. like to become a detective.
So you think that might be something we see in kind of this kind of stuff?
I hope so. I really do.
I'd like to see a little
Scott
bit
Snyder
more
has done a
as
lot of
Bruce
intellectual, very mind driven stuff.
Right.
I hope we get to see how he becomes a detective.
We've read a couple of things from Snyder. I'm very, very much enjoying Scott Snyder, like his work in general. I'm enjoying a lot of it.
Yeah.
So the next thing we got up here says The Amazing Spider-Man 2 officially New York's biggest production.
Shrink it.
Oh. Come on. Apparently not. So let's try refreshing that. It's not letting me read the whole story because there's a little thing over it. There we go. We can. Oh.
Fantastic.
We all can guess. I'm assuming is what that word says. Since it's
Biggest
not
production probably because of the cast.
We all can guess that Sony's the new Spider-Man 2. The Spider-Man 2 was going to be big, being that it was a sequel to a movie that grossed $750 million worldwide.
Still didn't make $1 billion.
But now it's official. New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo announced today via story and today's AM New York that the movie to be the biggest production in New York history. All of the 4 previous Spider-Man movies have shot exteriors and locations in New York City, but director Mark Webb's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 will be the first movie in the series shot entirely in New York State, generating thousands of jobs and millions in revenue.
The 150-day shoot began filming around New York City last month, with lots of photos released from Chinatown and other parts of the city, including a funeral scene at a Queens cemetery, which may be bad news for one of the cast members. I think they kill her! As mentioned earlier, they were filming a chase scene in Rochester. That's like a 40-year-old spoiler. No.
Some people may be behind.
The governor was also quoted in saying New York has the resources, talent, and locations to help make The Amazing Spider-Man 2 a blockbuster hit.
And y'all can all kiss my ass. I actually really liked it. And once it got past the first 30 minutes of The Amazing Spider-Man, it was a new movie and not a let's do the opposite of the other one, let's do the opposite of the other one, let's do the opposite of the other one. It was a new movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I liked the graphics, the special effects. I liked the acting for the most part in it. I think really Emma Stone may have been, as hot as she may have been the weak link in the acting for me.
No, I thought she was. The awkward teenage parts between her and Garfield were fantastic.
Garfield did the other stuff great. But, that being said, we've read that whole article. That's why it's in the short box. So, this one was cool. We've been looking this. We were talking about this last week, weren't we?
We were.
Daniel Cudmore and more joined the cast of X-Men Days of Future Past. Holy bonanza.
More freaking people.
Oh, is this the picture you were looking at?
Yeah, I was looking at that yesterday.
Okay, so this is a casting wall, apparently. Yeah. We've got Hugh Jackman, Jennifer Lawrence,
James
McAvoy. Fassbender, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen.
I can't remember him.
Is this...
That might be Daniel Cudmore.
No, it's not. It scroll down.
That's the Beast guy.
Oh, Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, yeah, the guy who played Beast.
Yeah,
then we've got
Peter
Dinklage.
Yes.
Dinklage. All right, Halle Berry, Ellen Page,
Sean
Ashmore.
I like him. Bring on Iceman.
Yeah, who's this one?
Is he going to be Iceman like in the majority of the 2 movies, or is he going to be the full body covered?
I don't know. I can't tell who that one is.
I don't either.
That's another guy I don't know. They don't know who he's going to play either. So
this is funny. I like the tweet. 3 Oscars. This is their cast has 3 Oscars, 6 Golden Globes, 1 BAFTA, 2 Emmys, 2 Tonys, 5 Olivers, and a Caesar. I was like, holy bananas.
And he says, let's blow this shit up.
Yeah, I mean...
Or let's blow shit up.
And you guys all know that I'm not a big fan of Bryan Singer messing with this stuff.
Everybody who they are.
Okay, here we go. Hugh Jackman, Jennifer Lawrence, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Nicholas Hoult, Peter Dinklage, Halle Berry, Ellen Page, Sean Ashmore, Omar Sy. That doesn't say who he's going to be. Anna Paquin, Daniel Cudmore, Fan Bingbing.
Oh, I know who she's going to be. I saw it this week.
Who is Fan Bingbing?
She's going to be...
And who the heck is Boo Boo Stewart?
That last guy. Whoever that last guy is.
Hang on, now we have to go look up Boo Boo Stewart.
No, you just did Fan Bingbing. And she's going to be...
Fan Bingbing, okay.
She's going to be... Oh, come on. Blink. Blink?
She's not going to be Lady
Blink.
Deathstrike, is it?
No, she's going to be Blink.
Blink?
Blink. orphan mutant who, with these little like shard things, has the ability to transport people great distances, like from here to the moon.
Apparently, Boo Boo Stewart was in the Twilight Saga.
Why would you name yourself Boo Boo Stewart?
I don't know.
Why?
I thought my name could be bad sometimes.
Who was he in Twilight?
How are you gonna know?
Probably one of the gay ones.
From the look of him, he was probably one of the wolves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a wolf.
Yeah. So, but anyways, the whole article saying that Daniel Cudmore is coming back, and that was the guy who played Colossus in the other X-Men trilogies, which we were just talking about this, saying it would be really cool to have him back, because even though he was a bit part, I really liked the way he played Colossus. Like, he
had a bit part in 2 and a bigger part in 3.
Yeah, I thought it was a good job. So you guys should really go look at this. That's an epic tweet, though. Like, how many Emmys and all that stuff. What is a Caesar? Never heard of that one.
No, you're picking Twitter results. Quit that.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so we'll let you guys go look at the link. This one is for the gaming community, or at least my gaming community. The Microsoft, I'm sorry, let me try that again. Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition is going to get a full-on retail release. Let's see, it looks like it's going to hit stores on April 20th for $20. I will be buying a copy of this. Even though I don't play the Xbox version, it's going to go on the wall.
Let me ask you a question. Will you ever be playing Minecraft here and Minecraft there, since your TV is now hooked up?
Not a chance.
No?
No, not a chance. I don't like the controller version. It drives me nuts. But yeah, so it was just a cool thing for the Minecraft people. If you don't have a constant internet connection, then in April, you'll be able to go and buy an actual disc copy.
Australia, Hong Kong, India, New Zealand, Singapore, and Taiwan will see it as early as June.
So, cool article. I like that. That's awesome. Next thing up is... Why'd you do this one?
Well, there's not much to say about this one except that there has been rumors of a lot of video game movies coming out. One of the video game movies that was going to be coming out is BioShock, which is an Xbox video game. I'm not an Xbox player. I don't know much about the game, but I thought it could have been a decent movie. It has rumored to have been put back on the shelves, couldn't get a director, all these little problems. Now it is officially dead. There will not be a BioShock movie.
At least not with the current.
Yeah, they may come back at it later on. I don't think... To me, there wasn't a lot of support behind it. Everything I read, there was always problems with directing, problems with writing, and now it's just completely dead for now. Any BioShock fans out there, I'd love to know what you think about that. If you want to see a movie, if it'd be any good, I'd love to hear about it.
All right, next up.
I did not watch this, so...
I didn't either.
I watched it, and I thought this movie was much better than I thought. I went to this movie thinking it was going to be about a 6 out of 10. I like Jeremy Renner. I like the lady that played Jean Grey. Never said her.
Need to tell them what it is.
Oh, it's Hansel and Gretel. Sorry, new on the show. Anyway, they're thinking they're going to do a Hansel and Gretel sequel. This movie did $50 million. It was a $50 million budget. Make it a little bigger back here. It did just under $20 million in North America, and it had a current total of $54 million domestically. It does appear that Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, their performance overseas, has increased the chances of a sequel. $50 million budget rated R movie certainly seems has performed well enough to warrant a follow-up of some sort, and the ending, if you've seen it like I have, leaves it wide open for it.
I don't think they close movies anymore for that reason.
Some movies they do. The actors, Jeremy Renner he's said he'd be interested in doing it. I don't know who played Gretel, but she was awesome.
I think Jeremy Renner would play a Twizzler if they gave it to him.
Probably. He would throw himself up in the red colors and play a Twizzler.
I need to watch this movie. Is it out yet?
Or it's not out yet. And like I said, I gave that movie, before I saw it, I gave it about a 6 out of 10. When I watched it, I left out there with my mouth open. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was a great movie.
That's good to know.
I'm so sad about this. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is ending due to the fact that it's on Cartoon Network. First of all, and as everyone knows, Lucasfilm was bought by Marvel, which is on Disney. But
so
another reason is because they are doing a new series that's in development. Now, it is all... I listen to the Star Wars podcast every week, and the director of the show, Dave Filoni, has always said the show has an end. Obviously, it's only fitted between episode 2 and episode 3. The fact that they've got 6, 7 years, however many they end up with, maybe even 8.
Episode 2 and episode 3, right?
Yes.
Attack of the
How
Clones.
many years was there between 2 and 3?
That's what I was going to ask.
I'd say probably somewhere close to 10.
How long was the Clone Wars? Because I've heard about them. I never knew how long they were.
Well, the Clone Wars ended when
Star Wars timeline.
When Anakin killed all the.
And the Clone Wars is over, and they all worked for.
Let's see what we can find here. I'm just curious. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Timeline of books. Let's just go to images. See if I just want like a physical timeline.
I thought
there's a big old thing over here.
Yeah, there's one.
That's the novels.
That one.
Yeah.
View original image. Can't read it. It's too small. That one would be so awesome if it was.
Anyway, there was I'd say probably somewhere close to 10 years in between it. So, they have had room to do other stuff. Just scroll down.
What are we at? What's
BBY is before Yavin.
What's that?
Before Yavin.
Alright.
Keep going. It's 22 years.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so...
You said it was between 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so episode 2, episode 2, episode 2. Where's the next one? I don't like this.
Oh, wait. After the Battle of Genosha. Anyway, the Ultimate Star Wars Timeline, Force.net. We're trying to figure this out.
Here we go.
Prequels.
Now.
In Earth time.
The Clone Wars begin
in 1782.
Earth time.
And following an uprising, Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader in 1785. So that's not a lot.
They shot 6 seasons.
Just because it's 6, 7 seasons doesn't mean it's 6, 7 years.
Hey, look, Lando Calrissian was born in 1773.
A long time ago.
I thought that man was old.
Apparently, there was no recorded events between 1848 and 1907. Weird. Oh, look, 1847. Grandmaster Jedi Luke Skywalker exiled.
Oh. Hey!
Sorry.
Hey.
Moving on to the next one. I'm going to let one of you two talk about this.
Why? You found it.
No, he found it.
I found it for Michael.
Bill and Ted 3 is not Bill and Ted 3. Alex Winter gives an exclusive update on Bill and Ted 3, which now has a new title and teases plans for Bill and Ted 4 and 5. Can we not talk about this? Can we just say it's in the links and y'all go look at it?
Basically, let everyone know there's not going to be not 1, not 2, but 3 more Bill and Ted movies.
Maybe.
Oh, shit.
Unless we band together and not watch them. Then maybe they'll stop.
I mean, like, Keanu is not young anymore.
Next thing we got is the Dark World trailer confirmed to be attached to Iron Man 3.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
After recent rumors that we'll see the first trailer for Thor to the Dark World next month, it appears that we'll definitely see a preview of sorts, premiering with international screenings of fellow Marvel sequel Iron Man 3.
Can I just put out there that my absolute favorite trailer so far this year was the extended look for Iron Man 3.
Wait, who is this? Guy Pearce.
That's Alan Kirsch, whatever. The bad guy with the extremists. He helps Mandarin.
Oh, I didn't know that. No. I'm excited to see this because honestly, I'm just loving all the comic book movies. Oh God, this one was found by Carrie apparently. You're all gonna love this. TV's Good Times to become a feature film. Isn't this the one where the lady's name is Georgia? I never watched Good Times.
This was back in the day before us.
I have no idea.
So, for those of you who are older than us, Good Times is getting a movie.
For those of you
Dynamite!
Oh my God.
Was this with the little black midget?
No, that was he's talking about Gary
What you
Coleman?
talking about, Willis?
That one, yeah.
Gary
Was
Coleman?
that Good Times or was that something else?
I don't know.
Okay, and then as always, guys, we've got the AV Club. As far as the live chat goes, I'll dump these into the live chat. There's some cool stuff in there. Some more pictures of Superman and Lois Lane. There's a Jamie Alexander as Wonder Woman. We've got some trailers in here. We've got some funny gags.
Instagrammed?
You're gonna have to watch it later. There's some cool stuff in here. We'll dump all these things in there. But it's just a lot of them is just pictures and videos that we find amusing that our wives and us find and people send to us.
We get
and
a
all
lot
that
of
kind
stuff
of
from the Facebook chats on the AV Club too. The Batman gets Instagram is from the chat. Let's see what else is from there.
Oh, Pacific Rim Sweded trailer. You can watch
the
that.
Dragon Ball Z trailers from Facebook. What else?
Dragon Ball Z fast food.
I'm trying to think. I think that's
there's
I'm
just
forgetting something.
There's a lot of stuff on here, so you guys just go check that out. We'll get so you can see all those links. If nothing else, it'll give you a few minutes
Someone
of
said
fun.
The Cosby Show.
So,
Jello pudding.
guys, I think that was a good episode.
Who would play Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby. He's
No,
not-
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart would play Bill Cosby.
The Jello.
That's a great. What's the website now for the question of the week?
Kickstart.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't
Give the
forget.
question of the week.
Don't forget the question of the week is what movie, game, show, anything? What would you Kickstarter into a movie? And
or
why?
in general.
What
What would you Kickstarter? New comic books, new books, TV show, painting, whatever.
Did we talk about the old question of the week?
No, we didn't. What was the old question of the week?
It was what comic book character has been done before that was so bad you would redo it, and who would play him?
What was your favorite? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Yeah, well, no, it's not favorite. It's which one was so terrible, so bad.
What?
Mine was Michael Clark Duncan playing Kingpin. I thought Michael Chiklis would be a good Kingpin.
Michael Chiklis would not have been a good Kingpin.
He's not that big.
He wasn't big enough.
Eat a hamburger, you'll get bigger.
No, he doesn't have the frame for it. Chiklis does not have the frame for it.
Well, there were some other ones. One of our Facebook guys said Constantine, Keanu Reeves, terrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any British actor would do fine. I said Daniel Craig because Rachel Weisz's in the movie. He thought that was fine. Joseph Gordon-Levitt could play anyone. We figured that out now.
Rumor: Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing all parts forever.
Mr. Freeze was a popular answer. Everyone hated Arnold as Mr. Freeze. That was a big popular answer.
I'm sorry, what movie was that from?
You know.
No, I don't. That didn't. I don't know. What
It happened. Whether you want to admit it or not, it happened.
It did not happen.
It happened.
Do you remember that Batmobile? That was awesome.
The Batmans, someone didn't like George Clooney, someone didn't like Val Kilmer, someone didn't like Michael Keaton. There's been a few of them. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting.
It was a cool question.
It was. And this one's cool too.
So next week we'll be more put together, and remember to bring some of the answers into the doc so we
Our
can
social
read them.
media stuff is at Nerd and the Noob, at gman0184, at opaque_mango. You can email us anything, anytime. I get it all day long. Nerdandthenoob at gmail.com. Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook at Nerd the Noob.
Facebook.com/nerdandthenoob. You are so new at this.
I am. I've never been on the show. I'm always the guy in the chat box.
Please check out all of our social media stuff.
It's
check
a good
out
way
the
to
show.
keep up to date on everything. Because again, we're actually filming this doing about 3 hours early.
We are on YouTube, of course, youtube.com/nerdofthenoob. We do this live every Sunday. Twitch.tv/nerdofthenoob. Holy crap, that's a lot of links in the chat.
A ton of links.
They're going to kill you.
There we go. I just put all the AV Club in the chat.
And share us with your Facebook. We're over 100 likes right now. I want to get to 200 quickly.
The quest for 200.
Share us, share us, share us, share us, share us. And guess what? Share us.
Like, subscribe, leave a comment on iTunes. You can get us iTunes, Android, anywhere you want. I did adjust the iTunes thing because somebody told us I had it under visual arts because I didn't know how to do it earlier. So we've changed it to games and hobbies.
I'm good with that.
It's just games and hobbies, not a subfolder than that. Just games and hobbies.
Did you happen to look and see if that worked a little bit better?
I'm going to wait and do a couple episodes before we see the difference.
Oh, okay.
But we love you guys for coming out and seeing us live. We thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. And we've made it to 30, so the quest to 50 now begins.
Apparently at 100, if we make 100, we have to wear a suit and tie.
I think it'd be better
That's
for you and Mr. Nerd over here to dress up in these same suits that Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey did in Dumb and Dumber.
I don't know that I could find that one.
I think you can.
Anyways, all right, guys. So take it easy. We will see you next time. Thanks for coming to the show. Love you. Peace out.
Hey!